intensely at the Shaw Theatre on Euston Road.
Queen took the responsibility more professionally than anyone else on the bill.
I went out and bought these big plastic white clocks and put them sort of in the orchestra pit so we could see the time.
There was an 18-minute slot that each artist had, and there were traffic lights at the side of the stage, and you were warned when you walked on that the traffic lights, you know, after 16 minutes would turn amber from green. And he said you won't see them turn red because the power goes off.
So you make it quick, and you make it something they know.
To start the 16 hours of Live Aid, would you welcome Status Quo?
The energy that day was sensational.
We were all quite nervous, actually, and not necessarily our audience, because they'd put together the whole of the bill of Live Aid before we'd been announced as being on it.
They set the level for the PA with limiters, and then when Queen came on, Tripp, who was Queen's sound engineer, switched the limiters so that Queen would be louder.
You know, from the word go, he came out of the traps like a champion.
Freddie performed against the advice of his doctor because of a throat condition. But he went out there and gave one of the greatest live television performances ever.
You don't waste no time at all. Don't hear the bell, but you answer the call. Comes to you as to us tall. When it's time for the hammer to fall.
The ballet with a BBC cameraman was shockingly charismatic.
Every night, every day, a little piece of you is falling away. Lift your face, the western wave.
And it was as if all the artists backstage had heard a dog whistle, and their heads turned, and the frisson you felt was, they're stealing the show.
I paid my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sadness in my past, but I've come through. We are champions, my friend.
I defy anybody who saw it not to have goose pimples in the back of their neck when they saw that sea of people.
We are the champions. We are the champions.
I remember looking up and seeing the whole place going completely bonkers in unison and thinking, oh, this is going well.
We did have an unfair advantage. We had done football stadiums. Freddie particularly learned this magical way of involving everybody. In a huge football stadium, he could make everybody feel that they were in contact.
People say, was it a career move? Well, no, it wasn't a career move. But of course that's in the back of everybody's mind.
great reception from the crowd, even at Wembley, and also from the TV audience as well. So, in fact, it was a great boost of confidence in a way for the group.
To have conquered Live Aid in that way undoubtedly breathed fresh energy into the band.
It was a shot in the arm, and we went back in the studio. Of course, we were back in Munich with all its attendant dangers, so we tried to keep ourselves in the studio as much as possible.
I had a page, a sort of poem, that was sort of half-nicked off Martin Luther King's famous speech.
One goddamn decision.
Real decision.
No, it won't fit.
It was all about one this and one that.
One gun, one soul, make one decision. Sentence there. Make one decision. Make one true religion.
One God, one vision. One man, one God, one true religion. One dumb, one turd, two tits, John Deacon. Whoa, 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 give me one vision.
Well, the Magic Tour was the biggest tour we'd ever undertaken.
No wrong, no right. I'm gonna tell you there's no black and no white.
We planned an entire tour of stadium gigs.
Don't stay. All we need is one worldwide vision. One place, one
Massive shows all over Europe and really fantastic reception. We hit another level.
I think we were finally in the place where we'd always dreamed of being, perhaps.
I had a dream when I was young, a dream, sweet illusion,
That tour had gigs like Budapest in it, which in itself was a great thing.
and visions of what
Budapest was the first stadium concert behind the Iron Curtain. People hitchhiked from all over Eastern Europe.
look what they've done to my dream.
It was a great tour, and because it ended up at 2 nights at Wembley.
Hello, neighbor, please. Is it happening? Give me your hands. Give me your hands. I'm ready.
In addition to Wembley Stadium, we put on an extra one because it sold out so quick, the 2 nights, and we put Nebworth on.
One hope, one real decision. Give me one life, one life. Give me one hope, just give it back. One day, one day. Hey, hey, give me fried chicken.
They were our final shows with Freddie, and I remember it being pretty much perfect. I just got the vibe from Freddie. He felt that he wasn't maybe able to do anymore.
I know there'll be a time where I can't run around on stage because it'll be ridiculous, you know. And I know when there comes a time when you have to stop.
I think he had an idea that he might not be terribly well.
Freddie told me that he was HIV positive before he told the band. And this put me in a very difficult position because he told me he didn't want me to tell the band. So there was I managing a band, knowing something obviously of crucial importance to the band, which I couldn't pass on to them.
Every drop of rain that falls in Sahara Desert says it all. It's America. All God's creations, great and small, the Golden Gate and the Taj Mahal, that's America. There's two babies being born, mothers, fathers, dead and gone, it's America.
he was obviously suffering, and we didn't know what it was, and rumour. And so he did sit us down at one point, and he said, look, you probably know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm suffering from. You know what the problem is, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to make music till the day I fucking die, and let's get on with it. These are some of our best studio times. We've made the decision that all the songs we write will be credited to all of us, so it kind of releases a bit of positive energy in us.
They became closer and closer without any doubt at all, and the sharing of writing credits was a major breakthrough.
Some magical things happened, I think. You know, there's this track called The Miracle Itself, which I think is one of Freddie's most beautiful creations.
The one thing we're all waiting for is peace on earth and an end to war.
I love the track. It's all so optimistic about the world and the miracles that are being found in the world. Which is incredible when you think what he's looking at, because he knows what he's got and he knows what the prognosis is.
Special award for an outstanding contribution to British music goes to John Deacon, Brian May, Freddie Mercury, Roger Taylor, Queen.
The first indications that something wasn't right was Freddie looked a little thinner to me. And I called John up to see what was going on. I said, is something wrong with Freddie? And he wouldn't tell me.
The thing that annoyed me more than anything was a shot of Freddie in the sun. And he'd just come out of the doctors, I think, and it was really grainy, full-page shot. Is this man dying? And I thought, you fucking wankers.
We hid everything, and we avoided questions. I guess we lied, because we wanted to protect him.
I would then say anything to anybody, you know. Is Fred sick? Absolutely not. No, he was in the gym yesterday. You know, I'd fuck you, you know, it's none of your business.
Everybody had to draw the wagons around, because at that time, to become ill was to have a death sentence.
Today the headlights, tomorrow hard times, and no one ever really knows the truth from the lie.
His house was surrounded by, I don't know, a couple of hundred, I reckon. It's just like vultures, really. It was utterly shocking, you know, filming the groceries in the back of the car boot. You know. Any medicine in there, you know, it's you know, absolutely shocking.
It became difficult to work in London because there was such a terrible focus of attention on him. There's people sticking cameras through his toilet windows and stuff, you know, as soon as the rumours were out there. So Montreux was a much more peaceful place to work, so we ended up doing a lot of stuff there.
Freddie felt much safer there because people didn't bother, you know, they weren't intrusively observing him.
At that point, we can't play live, but in the things that we're doing, it's business as usual.
I'm going slightly mad. I'm going slightly mad.
He was determined to work right up to the last minute. So I was surprised that he did Going Slightly Mad, which I thought was a good video, actually, and it had lots of humour in it.
I'm slightly mad.
There's a lot more humour in Freddie than I think the general public realised.
He won't take you.
No, Oh! What's he doing? Roger, what did you do?
It was just really